Hello, boys. Today we will begin with Standard 6, Subject Maths, Chapter 11, Topic Ratio and Proportion. Now, let us learn first what is ratio. Now, there are two children. Say one, the girl is Nilima and the boy is Ramesh. So, let's say Nilima is 12 years old and Ramesh is 6 years old. Now we will see how to compare their ages. Now 12 years. Who is 12 years? Nilima's age is 12 years. And what is the age of Ramesh? It is 6 years. So that comes up to a difference of 6 years. So that means between Nilima and Ramesh, there is a difference of 6 years. So we can say that Ramesh says, I am younger than Nilima by 6 years. How 6 years? Because the difference over here is 6 years. So that is why he is younger than Nilima by 6 years. And Nilima can say that I am twice as old as Ramesh. Twice because 6 plus 6 will give you 12 years, or 6 into 2 will give you 12 years. So that is how we have found out what is the difference, and with the help of this difference we have come to know the difference between the ages of the two people. Now moving ahead. Now Nilima's age is twice Ramesh's age. That is equal to 2 into 6. And that is 6 2s or 2 6s is 12 years. So that means twice Ramesh's age. Ramesh's age is 6 years. So that is how we have got 2 into 6 is equal to 12 years. So we have found out Nilima's age. Now moving ahead. The ratio is equal to 12 is to 6. How did we get 12 is to 6? Is Nilima's age is 12 and Ramesh's age is 6. So that is equal to 12 upon 6. That is Nilima's age upon Ramesh's age. So when you divide 6 ones is 6, 6 twos is 12. So we have got it as 2 upon 1. That is equal to 2 is to 1. Now what is the meaning of 2 is to 1? This 2 is to 1 is how we read ratio. When you read ratio, you read it as 2 is to 1. If it was, supposing for example, it was 3 upon 4. So you would read it as 3 is to 4. So whenever you read ratio, you read it as is to. The colon, that is the two dots which are there in the middle, is what we read as is to. And then before that we read the number, and after that we read the number. Like supposing it is 4 upon 1, so we will read it as 4 is to 1. Now here it is 2 upon 1, so we read it as 2 is to 1. So this is how ratio is found out. Now depending on what is in the question. If in the question find the ratio of Nilima's age is given first, then Nilima's age will come in the numerator. If Nilima's age is given second, like say for example, find the ratio of Ramesh's age to Nilima's age, means whose name is first? Ramesh. So if Ramesh's name is first, then whatever name is first, that will come in the numerator and the second name will go in the denominator. I hope this is clear. As we solve the examples, you will understand it better. Now let's go ahead with the lesson. Nilima and Ramesh's age are in the proportion of 2 is to 1. So what is the proportion of their age? 2 is to 1. Then now let us see what is proportion. What we just saw was ratio. That is, we found out the ratio of Nilima's age to Ramesh's age. That is how we got it as 2 is to 1. Now let us learn what is proportion. Okay, now here they have given you the proportion, that is we can see first one is urad dal and the second one is rice. Okay, now for idlis she used urad dal and rice in the proportion of 1 cup of urad dal and 2 cup of rice. So how many cups of urad dal? 1 cup of urad dal and 2 cups of rice. So this is what is your proportion. Urad dal is 1 cup and rice is 2 cup. So your proportion is 1:2. Have you understood? Urad dal to rice. So your urad dal will come first because you have taken that name as the first concept. So that will come in the numerator. So that is why it is as 1:2. So idli proportion we have found out, it is 1 cup of urad dal and 2 cups of rice. So that is why it is 1:2. Now let us see another example. Now let us see what is dosa's proportion. But for dosas the proportion is 1 cup urad dal and 3 cups of rice. Meaning what will be the proportion over here? 1:3. Why? Because urad dal 1 cup and 3 cups of rice. So that is why it is 1:3. Then now let us see third example. This is of biscuit. The proportion of biscuit. How many cups of sugar? There are 2 cups of sugar and there are 3 cups of wheat flour. So what will be the proportion of sugar to wheat flour? It will be 2:3 because 2 cups of sugar and 3 cups of wheat flour. Now have you understood what is ratio and what is proportion? It is very simple to identify what is ratio and what is proportion. Then now let us see another example. Now over here we have a table where girls and flowers are given. Now flowers were distributed among the girls in equal proportion. We have to find out how many number of flowers were given to the children. Okay, now let us solve this. That is, equally we have to distribute it. So the first thing will be number of girls upon number of flowers. The first example, number of girls is how many? 3 and number of flowers is 12. So if number of girls is 3 and number of flowers is 12, we will move ahead with the calculation, that is we will divide. Which timetable is common? 3. So that is why 3 ones are 3 and 3 fours are 12. So that means number of girls we have got it as 1 upon number of flowers is 4. That is 1:4. This is how you read your ratio, 1:4. Then every girl got 4 flowers each. How did we come to know that it is every girl? Because number of girls is 1 and 1 means each. Okay, so we found out that it is 1:4. So that means each girl or every girl got 4 flowers. Now we know that every girl has got 4 flowers. So now when you carry on with the calculation, we have found out about the first one. Now in the second one we have not yet found out. But if you look at the first example and you do 3 into 4, 3 into 4 is 3 fours are 12. So that is how we have got over there 12 flowers. Second example, girls are given but number of flowers we have to find out. Now when each child gets 4 flowers and there are 5 children, so what will you do to find out about more? You will multiply. So 5 into 4 is 20. Okay, so 5 into 4. That means per child is getting 4 flowers. So that is why we have multiplied 5 into 4. Now in the next one, they have given you the number of flowers but they have not given you the number of girls. So we have got the number of flowers, how much per child gets, and we have got the number of flowers in total. Okay, so what will you do? You will divide it. Okay, so when you divide, what are you doing over here? You are dividing 4 by 32. So when you divide 4, how many are 32? 4 8s are 32. Are you getting it? Then next one, again the number of girls are given and we have to find out the number of flowers. Now we know that in the solved example that we first solved, every girl got 4 flowers each. So we know that if there is one child, that one child has got 4 flowers. So we need not calculate anything over here, but we know that every child has got 4 flowers, and with this basic concept we have tried to calculate the remaining. So the last answer will be 4. I hope this example is clear. Now let us see another example. Now here they have given us 2 people. One is John and the other is his grandmother. Now John is 10 years old and his grandmother is 65 years old. Now let us find out the ratio of John to his grandmother. So when I say John to his grandmother, how will you write it as John? When I said John first, meaning it will be John's age is 10 upon 65. So 10 upon 65, which table is common? It is 5 times table. So you divide 10 by 5 and 65 also you divide by 5. When you divide it, you get an answer. That is 5 how many are 10? 2s are, and 5 how many are 65? 5 13s are 65. So your ratio will be 2:3. Okay, so your ratio over here will be 2 upon 13. Not 2:3, it is 2 upon 13. Now let us move ahead with the next example. Find the ratio of guava to chickus. Now here they have clearly mentioned that we have to find the ratio of the guavas to the chickus. So what will come first? Guavas will come first and then we will have chickus. Now number of guavas again upon number of chickus. So number of guavas is 12 upon 16. That is equal to which timetable is common? 4. So that is why we divide it. 12 divided by 4 upon 16 divided by 4. So 4, how many are 12? 4 3s are 12 and 4 4s are 16. So we have 3 upon 4. So when you divide it, you get 3 upon 4. So your ratio will be, the ratio of guavas to chickus is 3:4. Then moving ahead, second example, same thing. Now we have inverted it. The question states find the ratio of chickus to guavas. First we had guavas to chickus. So that time we had guavas in the numerator and chickus in the denominator. But here the question is chickus to guavas. So the chickus will be in the numerator and guavas will be in the denominator. Now number of chickus is equal to 16 upon number of guavas is equal to 12. Now when we solve it, 16 divided by 4 upon 12 divided by 4. So 4 into what gives us 16? 4 4s are 16 upon 3 4s are 12, or 4 3s are 12. So that is how we get the ratio of chickus to guavas is 4:3. So definitely the answer will be inverted because the question also they have inverted. Guavas 1 to chickus and second one we have chickus to guavas. I hope you are understanding how to solve or how to find out ratio. Now we have some important points about ratio. Now for example, this is jaggery. Now first we can see a block of jaggery. So say that is 1 kg or 1 kilogram. After that you have some pieces of jaggery which is 200 grams. Now when you observe both, the units are different. That is, first one is kg and the second one is grams. Okay, so that means both the units here are not same. So if the units are not same, is it right to solve the sum or is it wrong? Now let us solve it, then we will understand. Now find the ratio of weight of lump of jaggery to that of the block. Weight of lump is how much? 200 grams, that is the small pieces is the lump, upon weight of the block. The block is how much? 1 kg. Now grams and kg are not the same unit. You have to convert it. So you cannot solve it directly. It is wrong. That means measure both quantities have to be in the same unit. That is, if you are using grams in the numerator, there has to be grams in the denominator also. If you are using minutes in the numerator, there has to be minutes in the denominator also. Okay, so same way for liter also same thing. You can't have 1 liter and 1 milliliter, or 1 centimeter and 1 meter. The unit what is in the numerator, same unit has to be in the denominator also. One standard unit has to be for both. Now we have to convert it. So 1 kg, we know that 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. Therefore the block weighs 1000 grams and the lump 200 grams. Now the unit is same. We have converted kg into grams. So now we can solve the sum. Weight of the lump is equal to 200 grams, which was already mentioned, and weight of the block is 1000 grams, which we have converted that 1 kg into grams. So now both the units are same. So now we can solve the sum. That is equal to 2 into 100 upon 10 into 100. So when you cancel all the zeros. What we have left is 2 upon 10. Okay. 2 ones are 2, 2 fives are 10. So that is equal to 1 upon 5. Thus, the ratio of the weight of the lump of jaggery to that of the block is 1:5. So this is an important point that you have to remember about ratio. That when you are solving a sum related to ratio, you have to always check that if a unit is given to you, the unit has to be the same in the numerator and in the denominator. If it is different, you have to convert it and make it into the same unit. Now another example. A hostel is to be built for girls going school. 2 toilets are to be built for every 15 girls. If 75 girls will be living in the hostel, how many toilets will be required in this proportion? So now let us suppose X toilets will be needed for 75 girls. Okay, so because we do not know how many toilets will be needed, so that is why X toilets will be needed for 75 girls. Now the ratio of number of toilets to the number of girls. So number of toilets is how many? 2, because they have given us over there in the second statement 2 toilets are to be built for every 15 girls. So number of toilets to number of girls will be 2 upon 15. So now we have got our statement. Now let us form the equation. Therefore x upon 75 is equal to 2 upon 15. Then x upon 75, what are we doing? We are multiplying. In the previous lesson we have learnt about equations. If it is division, we convert it into the opposite and make it as multiplication. So we have multiplied 75 on both the sides. Then we'll carry out the calculation, that is 75 ones are 75 and we will cancel both the 75s, and 15 ones are 15 and 15 fives are is 75. So therefore we are left with only x is equal to 2 into 5, that is equal to 10. Therefore 10 toilets will be required for 75 girls. I hope the example is clear. Now let us begin with our first practice set 28, and I will solve the sums along with you. In each example below, find the ratio of the first number to the second. First sum 24, 56. Now let us find the ratio of the first number to the second. They have clearly mentioned first number to the second. That means we have to find the ratio of 24 to 56. Okay, so when they say first number to the second, so whichever number is first, that will come in the numerator. So that means the ratio of 24 to 56 is equal to 24 is to 56. That is equal to 24 upon 56. Then you simplify it by dividing it. That is which is a table that is common in both is 8. So 8 into 3 will give us 24 and 8 into 7 will give us 56. So that is how we have left with only 3 upon 7. That is equal to 3 is to 7. So now we have found out the ratio of 24 to 56, that is 3 is to 7. Now the second one, 63, 49. The ratio of 63 to 49 is 63 is to 49 because it is first number to the second. Then that is equal to 63 upon 49. Now which table is common? That is 7. 7 into what will give you 63? 7 9s are 63 upon 7 7s are 49. So we are left with only two numbers because it is 7 times table. We have 9 upon 7, that is equal to 9 is to 7. Then the third sum, 52, 65. Again we write the statement, the ratio of 52 to 65 is equal to 52 is to 65. That is equal to 52 upon 65. Now let us simplify it. Which table is common? We have 13 times table common. So 13 into what will give us 52? 13 into 4 gives us 52 and 13 into 5 gives us 65. So we are left with 4 upon 5, that is equal to 4 is to 5. Now in this question, if you see your textbook, the fourth, fifth and the sixth sum have been omitted for this academic year. Okay, so that is the reason why I have not done the fourth, fifth and the sixth sum. Now let us move ahead to Roman number 2. Find the ratio of the first quantity to the second. Now same kind of sums, but we will move as we do the sums. You will understand why we are doing this again. Now 25 beads and 40 beads. Now the ratio of 25 beads to 40 beads is equal to 25 is to 40. That is equal to 25 upon 40. When you simplify it, which table goes? 5 times table. So 5 5s is 25 and 5 8s gives you 40. So you are left with only 5 upon 8, that is equal to 5 is to 8. Then second one, 40 rupees and 120 rupees. Here also the units are same. Pay attention to the units also when the sum is being solved. See, if only number is given, then there is no problem of the units. But when they mention beads, rupees, paise, that time you have to be very careful whether the units that are mentioned are same. So far we have got all units as same. There hasn't been any difference. Now 40 rupees and 120 rupees. The ratio of 40 rupees to 120 rupees is equal to 40 is to 120. That is equal to 40 upon 120. Now which table is common? 40. So that is equal to 40 1s is 40 and 40 3s is 120. So we are left with 1 upon 3, that is equal to 1 is to 3. So we have found out the ratio of 40 rupees and 120 rupees also. I hope you are understanding. Now the third one, 15 minutes and 1 hour. Over here if you observe carefully, 1, that is the first unit has minutes and the second unit has hour. So there is difference in both the unit. So we have to convert, as we converted in the example, we converted kg into gram. So same way over here also we have to convert. So 1 hour is equal to how many minutes? 60 minutes. So instead of converting 15 minutes, we have converted 1 hour into minutes. So now we have the ratio of 15 minutes to 60 minutes. Whether you consider it as 60 minutes or you consider it as 1 hour, it is the same thing. But because we have to have the units same, so we have converted it. So 15 minutes to 60 minutes is equal to 15 is to 60, that is equal to 15 upon 60, that is equal to which table? 15 times table. 15 into 1 is 15 and 15 into 4 gives us 60. So we are left with 1 upon 4, that is equal to 1 is to 4. So you have to pay very careful attention when you solve such sums. That is, you have to keep in mind that the unit has to be the same. If it is different, you will convert it, make it same, and then find out the ratio. Now, the fifth sum. Fourth sum will be done for assignment. That is why after the third I have directly done the fifth sum. Now 99 kg and 44,000 grams. Now we have to convert this. So what have we done? 44,000 upon 1000 kg. So we cancel all the zeros. We are left with 44 kg. So we have converted 44,000 grams into 44 kg. So now we have 99 kg and 44 kg. So both the units are same. So the ratio of 99 kg to 44 kg is equal to 99 is to 44, that is equal to 99 upon 44, and that gives us 11 times table, which is common. 11 nines are 99, 11 fours are 44, and we are left with 9 upon 4, that is equal to 9 is to 4. Now the sixth sum, 1 liter and 250 ml. Over here also the units are different. So we convert liter into milliliter, that is 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliter. Therefore, now we have converted and got it as 1000 milliliter. So our ratio will be 1000 milliliter to 250 milliliter. So that is equal to 1000 is to 250. That is equal to 1000 upon 250. That is equal to which table is common? 250. So 250 into 4 gives you 1000 and 250 into 1 is 250. So we are left with 4 upon 1, that is equal to 4 is to 1. Then the eighth sum. After the sixth sum, we directly go to the eighth because the seventh one is again for homework. 750 grams and half kg. Over here also, as we did in the example, the kg and gram thing, same way over here also the units are different. So it has to be converted. Half kg is equal to 500 grams. We know that half kg is equal to 500 grams. Why? Because 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. So half of 1000 is 500. Then the ratio of 750 grams to 500 grams is equal to 750 is to 500. That is equal to 750 upon 500. That gives us which table is common? 250. So 250 3s are and 250 2s are. So that is equal to 3 upon 2, which gives us 3 is to 2. I hope the second part of the exercise also is clear to you all. Now, these are the 3 sums that you will do for homework in your maths notebook. The fourth sum, 30 liters and 24 liters. The seventh sum, 60 paise and 1 rupee. And the ninth sum, 125 centimeter and 1 meter. So please do it in your notebook, and wherever you have to convert it, as I explained to you, in the same way you have to convert it and solve the sum. Now let us move ahead. The third sum, Reema has 24 notebooks and 18 books. Find the ratio of the notebooks to books. So now we have to find out the ratio of notebooks to books. So notebooks is 24 and books is 18. So definitely it will be 24 is to 18. So let us see how we solve it. The ratio of 24 notebooks to 18 books is equal to 24 is to 18. So 24 is to 18 meaning you have it as 24 upon 18. Now which table is common? 6 times table. So 6 into 4 gives us 24 and 6 into 3 gives us 18. So that will be equal to 4 upon 3, that is equal to 4 is to 3. So we have found out our ratio of notebooks to books, that is 4 is to 3. I hope the sum is clear. Now the sixth sum. Now why have I not done the fourth and the fifth sum? It's because the fourth and the fifth sum have been omitted. It is not there for this academic year. So that is why we have directly jumped to the sixth sum. Now Shubham's age today is 12 years and his father's age is 42 years. Shubham's mother is younger than his father by 6 years. Find the following ratio. So in your textbook you have 3 ratios that have to be found out. So we will go step by step. Now we know what is Shubham's age and we know what is Shubham's father's age. But Shubham's mother's age is not been clearly mentioned. They have said that Shubham's mother is younger than his father by 6 years. So we have to first find out what is the mother's age and then solve all the ratio. So now Shubham's mother's age today. She is younger than Shubham's father's age by 6 years. It has been given in the question. Therefore, mother's age today is 42. Now what is 42? 42 is the father's age. Now minus 6. Why minus 6? Because she says that in the question it is given that Shubham's mother is younger than the father by 6 years. So younger than the father means you will minus 6. So 42 minus 6 is equal to 36 years. So now we know what is Shubham's age. That is Shubham's age is 12 years. Shubham's father's age is 42 years and Shubham's mother age is 6 years younger than the father. So that is why it is 36 years. Now we can solve each question step by step. That is ratio of Shubham's age today to his mother's age today. Let us see. Shubham's age is 12 years and mother's age we just found out is 36 years. So that is 12 is to 36 is equal to 12 upon 36. That is equal to 12 into 1 upon 12 into 3. Then, so we are left with 1 upon 3, that is equal to 1 is to 3. So now we have found out ratio of Shubham's age today to his mother's age today is 1 is to 3. Now, the second part of the same question, ratio of Shubham's mother's age to his father's age today. Now, mother's age is 36 and father's age is 42. So, that is why 36 is to 42 is equal to 36 upon 42. Now, which table is common? 6 times table. 6 6 are 36 and 6 7s are 42. So, we are left with 6 upon 7, that is equal to 6 is to 7. So we have found out what is the age of Shubham's mother's age to father's age. Now Shubham's age today is 12 years when Shubham was 10 years old. That is 2 years ago. His mother's age was 36 minus 2 because it is 2 years ago. So that is why you have minus 36 minus 2, that is 2 years ago, Shubham's mother's age was 34 years old and Shubham's age was 10 years old. So that means the ratio is 10 is to 34. That is equal to 10 upon 34. Which table is common? 2 times table. 2 5s are 10, 2 17s are 34. That is equal to 5 upon 17. That is how we get the ratio of 5 is to 17. Then I hope the sum is clear. We have to find out step by step. After we find out all the 3 ages together, then we have to follow each step and that is how we find out the ratio. Now let us check what is unitary method. This is the next part of the lesson, the unitary method. Now it is very simple if you pay a proper attention. Now here's a picture of a stationery shop in which the seller sells a dozen of pens cost rupees 84. A dozen of pens means one dozen is 12. So that means 12 pens cost rupees 84. Now the child tells the mother that I want 7 pens. Now when one dozen pens are costing 84 rupees, the child says I want 7 pens. So that means we have to first find out what is the cost of one pen. Okay, so once you find out what is the cost of one pen, then you can multiply the cost of one pen with the 7 pens and you get your answer. So basically unitary method is nothing but you have to find out the cost of one, and then with that cost of one you multiply and find out about whatever is asked. So this is what you call as unitary method. So let us solve this one. So now see, cost of 12 pens is mentioned, that is one dozen, 84 rupees. So therefore first we have to find out cost of one pen, that is equal to 84 divided by 12. So when you divide it, you get the cost of one pen, that is 7 rupees. So that means per pen cost is 7 rupees. So therefore the cost of 7 pens will be 7 into 7. 7 is the first thing, 7 is the amount that the child wants. He wants 7 pens and the rupees also is 7. So that means 7 sevens are 49. So the child, when he says he wants 7 pens, he has to pay rupees 49 and not 84, because 84 is for 12 pens. So basically when you solve unitary method, you have to remember that first you have to find out the cost of one and then about all together. That is, then you multiply it with whatever is asked in the question. Now let us see another example. A bunch of 15 bananas cost rupees 45. How much will 8 bananas cost? Now, cost of 15 bananas is 45. This is given to you. So now first we have to find out the cost of 1 and then find out the cost of 8. So now cost of one banana will be 45 divided by 50. When you want to find out the cost of one, we always divide, and when we want to find out the cost of more or many, then we have to multiply. So cost of one banana is equal to 45 divided by 15, that is equal to 3 rupees. So one banana cost 3 rupees. Therefore, when they are telling us to find out the cost of 8 bananas, so we are finding out the cost of more, so we have to multiply. So that is why 8 into 3 is equal to 24. So therefore we have found out the cost of 8 bananas, that is 24 rupees. So what did we do? First we divided and found out the cost of 1, and then we multiplied it to find out the cost of more, and this is what you call as unitary method. Now another example. If a bunch of 10 flowers cost rupees 25, how much will 4 flowers cost? Cost of 10 flowers is 25 rupees. Okay, then cost of one flower is equal to 25 divided by 10. Why are we dividing? Because we have to find out the cost of one flower. So therefore cost of 4 flowers is equal to 25 divided by 10 into 4 is equal to 10 rupees. So first we have to find out the cost of one flower, that is, and then we find out about the cost of 4 flowers. So when you multiply, you find out the cost of 4 flowers, that is 10 rupees. I hope this sum is also clear. Now let us move ahead with our practice set. Solve the following. If 20 meters of cloth costs rupees 3600, find the cost of 16 meters of cloth. So here we have to find out same way. They have given us about more, so we divide and find out about 1, and then we have to multiply. So the first thing, cost of 20 meters cloth is rupees 3600. Therefore, cost of 1 meter is equal to 3600 divided by 20, because we are finding of 1 we divided. So that is equal to rupees 180. When you divide it, you get 180. Then after that, therefore the cost of 16 meters of cloth is rupees 180 into 16. So what we are doing, we have found out the cost of 1, that is 180, and they are telling us to find out the cost of 16 meters. So we have multiplied it into 16. That is how we get an answer of 2880. Okay. Then the next one, find the cost of 8 kg of rice if the cost of 10 kg is rupees 325. So they have given us about more again. So we divide and find out about 1, and then we multiply it with 8 kgs of rice. So let us do this one also. Cost of 10 kg rice is rupees 325. Therefore, cost of 1 kg of rice is equal to 325 divided by 10. So that is equal to rupees 32.50. When you divide, you will definitely get your answer in point. So therefore, now we have found out the cost about 1. So now we multiply it with 8 kg. So we find out about more. Therefore, the cost of 8 kg of rice is rupees 32.50 into 8, which gives us rupees 260. So we have found out the cost of 8 kg of rice. It cost us rupees 260. Now we directly do the fifth sum, because the third and the fourth sum has been omitted for this academic year. Now the fifth one, a car traveling at a uniform speed covers a distance of 165 kilometers in 3 hours. At that speed, how long will it take to cover a distance of 330 kilometers, and how far will it travel in 8 hours? Now, with the help of the question, let us solve the sum. First thing is, when there is always about speed and distance and time and all that, you have to use the formula, that is speed is equal to distance upon time. Now, the car travels 165 kilometers in 3 hours. This is given to us. So therefore, in 3 hours they have given, so we have to find out about 1. So in 1 hour, the car travels 165 kilometers divided by 3. That gives us to 55 kilometers per hour. So that is the speed of the car is 55 kilometers per hour. So we have found out the speed of the car. Then the first thing, the car takes 1 hour to travel 55 kilometers. Therefore, to cover a distance of 330 kilometers, the car will take how much time? So we have to divide. 330 divided by 55 gives us 6 hours. So to cover a distance of 330 kilometers, the car will take how many hours? 6 hours. Then the car travels 55 kilometers in 1 hour. Therefore, the car will travel 55 into 8, that is equal to 440 kilometers in 8 hours. So now here what we have done is, they have given us that the car travels 55 kilometers in 1 hour. Therefore, in 8 hours, how much will the car travel? So 55 into 8 will give us 440 kilometers in 8 hours. So we have calculated it. I hope that sum is clear. Now the sixth one, a tractor uses up 12 liters of diesel while ploughing 3 acres of land. How much diesel will be needed to plough 19 acres of land? So now let us do this one. For ploughing 3 acres of land, diesel used by the tractor is 12 liters. So they have given us about 3. They have not mentioned about 1. So when they are giving us about more, we have to find out about 1. So therefore, for ploughing 1 acre of land, diesel used is equal to 12 liters divided by 3. So when you divide, you find out about 1, and that is how we know it is 4 liters. Then for ploughing 19 acres of land, diesel used will be 4 liters into 19 gives us 76 liters. So therefore we have found out that 76 liters of diesel will be needed by the tractor to plough that much amount of land. So what we did, first we found out about 1 and then we found out about more. Then your last thing is your assignment. I have given you only one sum for assignment. Remember that sum number 8 and sum number 9 have been omitted for this academic year. So you have only one sum as a word problem for your assignment. That is the 7th one. At a sugar factory, 5,376 kg of sugar can be obtained from 48 tons of sugar. If Savita Tai has grown 50 tons of sugarcane, how much sugar will it yield? So the same thing, you have to use the unitary method, that is divide and find out about 1 and then you multiply it to find out about more. I hope ratio, proportion and the unitary method has been clearly explained to you all. Go through the video so that you are able to understand each and every concept with the examples and the exercise mentioned. Thank you, dear boys.